If you've ever tried to add a rib to an Autodesk Inventor part by using the extrude command, you might have been frustrated because the results you get aren't necessarily what you expect. The best way to get around that is to use the rib tool, and in this video I'll show you how to use the rib tool to add a rib to a part that gives you the best results every time. So this video is going to demonstrate why using the rib tool is really the best way of putting a rib in. It solves a lot of the problems and it anticipates some of the things that you might have struggled with in the past. So in this part right here, I have the upper cylinder, which I want to have a rib that goes down to this lower platform here and supports it. The best way to do that is to just use this rib tool. We're going to start with a sketch. And I planned ahead and I put this mid-plane right here. I started with it so that it's centered around that mid-plane. So I can simply start a new sketch on that mid-plane and I'll press F7. So my rib is going to go right here. Now before I put my sketch in, I do need to do some projection. So I'm going to change this to construction geometry, because remember, construction geometry is ignored for the purposes of extrusions and that kind of thing. And I'm going to say let's project those cut edges. So you'll notice that all of those cut edges are now in here as construction lines. That way I can use them for dimensioning and that kind of stuff. I'll go ahead and turn off the construction geometry, and then I'm going to put in a line that represents where I want that rib to go. Now in all truth, you do not need to make sure that this line even touches those two edges. It could fall short. It could just be a simple short line in the middle, but again, I think that's a little bit sloppy, so I like to go ahead and make sure, just like always, that I have everything completely constrained on both sides, just to make sure that I'm getting the exact result that I want to be. So in this case, I've just simply added this one line right here that's going to represent the center of that rib. I put a couple dimensions on there. Again, it's not absolutely necessary, but it does need to, I like it there. For me, it's personally necessary. So I'll choose Finish. And that's what the center of that rib is going to look like. Now from here, all you have to do is go up to your Create panel and choose the Rib tool. And you'll notice that it automatically highlights that line right there saying, hey, is this what you want? You've got a couple different choices here. Do you want it to be parallel to the sketch plane or normal to the sketch plane? I'm going to choose parallel to the sketch plane so that it gives me, the sketch plane in there like I want. I could come in here and I could specify the thickness that I want it to be, and then I could tell it which direction I want it to go and all that, but this gives me exactly what I'm looking for. The important part to note here is what it does. It anticipates that it wants that rib to go all the way up. If I just did an extrusion, it would come straight out here and I would have a little bit of a gap there. But it recognizes, hey, this needs to continue to conform to that portion, so it'll automatically make it. You can see on the back side here, it's going to automatically make it fit to that portion in the back. And so now I can simply choose OK, and it puts that rib in there exactly as I wanted with no extra thought involved.